I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
And then we'll get him sworn in.
Sound good?
Is this yours?
No, no. We got both. I know. Me too.
Board members, before we get started, can we go through the board norms?
Sure.
Actively listen to all perspectives.
Close the loop, responding to concerns and questions as a unified board.
Model the professionalism we expect from all members of the district and community. Customer service orientation.
Assume positive intent.
Be positive and responsive.
Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting of the Cobre Consolidated School District Board of Education special meeting on July 22nd, 2022 to order at 5 p.m. I'd like to do the swearing of our newly appointed the New Mexico Public Education Board member.
Can you do it more in the center so it can come up?
Yes. And if you'll sign that right there. He's got-
Where is Daddy? Oh, no. No, no, go, Dad.
Yes. Can you guys do it a little bit more in the middle? Thank you.
Where is your phone?
All right.
Yeah, consent.
Where is your phone?
Is you right hand?
No, I need to see
I, David Terrazas,
your phone.
I, David Terrazas,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and Constitution and laws
Constitution and laws
of the state of New Mexico,
of the state of New Mexico,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of school board member
of the office of school board member
on which I am
in which I am
about to enter,
about to enter,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ow! Ow! Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Do you need a pen?
I got a pen. Can you get the notebook? I guess it's a matter of seniority. I'd like to bring this meeting to order and do a roll call. Mr. Terrazas,
Here. Aye.
Ms. Murillo,
Here.
and myself here. We'll stand to the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I salute the flag of New
State of New
Mexico.
Mexico,
The symbol of
present friendship among united cultures.
We've done the swearing in of Mr. Terrazas, and the swearing in of Mr. Terrazas was a function of us not having a quorum. In the case of having 3 absences, the state requires that the Public Education Department make an appointment, thus allowing us to have a quorum. And the appointment will be filling the term at least to the next election. And so I welcome Mr. Terrazas. And the next item on the agenda is the action items. And in that, the first A is approval of agenda items. Is there any question about the agenda items?
Also in your packet is the resignation letter, all three resignation letters. The letter from Secretary of Education for the appointment, and then also policies from the New Mexico statute on local board vacancies. You'll see that ours falls under letter D, and then also the New Mexico School Board Association oath of office for school board members, as well as from our board policy, officers of the board and their duties, committees of the board, and more information about subcommittees.
Okay, and the resignations have been forwarded to the Public Education Department as well as to the State School Board Association.
Yes, sir.
And we find them to be duly accepted. They're absent a motion for that. We shall, absent an agenda item for that. As we go forward on Monday, there is the discussion of the selection of the replacements. We'll have that then incorporated into the superintendent's report.
Yes, sir.
Then, having no questions about the agenda items, we'll proceed. I'll make a motion to I'll ask for a motion to accept the agenda items as presented.
You can make a motion as well.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? None opposed. The motion carries. The first item on the reorganization is the election of board president. Do I hear any nominations? Then I can nominate myself. I'll nominate myself. Is there a second to that nomination?
You don't need a second for nomination.
Sorry.
That's okay. You can have as many nominations, this gets open, and then you close the floor to nominations, and then you take a vote.
Okay. Then we shall hold the vote then for is there a nomination also for vice president?
I think we have to do B before we go on to C.
Sorry, you confused me when you said that other part. So we have a vote for the president. Is there any other nomination first for president? Okay, then we'll hold the vote. All those in favor of me becoming the president, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any those opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Then I nominate, then the nomination for vice president, for which I nominate Serena Murillo. Is there any other nomination?
Do you have a preference what you want to do?
Not really.
Neither do I.
Yeah. I'll do whatever.
Okay.
Then those in favor of Serena being the vice president, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Having no opposition, unanimous for the appointment of Serena for vice president. For election of board secretary,
I nominate Mr. Terrazas.
is there any other nomination? Then all those in favor of selecting Mr. Terrazas as board secretary, vote, indicate your vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Seeing no opposition, this also unanimously carries as board secretary, Mr. Terrazas is appointed. I'll get my phone. Then next item is elect the Finance Committee Chair. Are there any nominations for Finance Committee Chair?
I'd like to nominate myself, since I'm already on the finance committee. I can be the chair.
Okay. Is there any other nomination? Then not having any other nominations, all those in favor of having Serena serve as the Finance Committee Chair, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? None? We have, then Serena is appointed as Finance Committee Chair. The last item on the action items is the election of the Audit Committee Chair. Are there any nominations for that position?
I nominate Mr. Guadiana to be the chair.
Mr. Guadiana is nominated, and is there any other nomination? We'll have a vote on the the chair of the Audit Committee, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That also passes. Dr. Spalletta, there are two positions for each, two board members in each of the committees. Can we see, is that also part of the agenda for next week?
No, the policy says the president of the board shall preside at all meetings and shall appoint committees unless otherwise directed by the board.
Yes.
So, sir.
But also there's a provision for the board making the selection for the finance and the audit committee.
So it says, policy 122, finance subcommittee, the Cobre Board of Education shall appoint at least 2 board members of the board as finance subcommittee to assist the board in carrying out its budget and finance duties.
So at the next available board meeting, we can make that appointment as well. And for right now, any currently existing members can stay on, and we can formalize the appointment of community members as well. But that can be done at the committee level.
The same thing for the audit committee.
Yes.
So is there a min-max on the committee size?
The minimum is, well, I should say the 2. It says should appoint 2. And the reason it's 2 is because if it's 3, that would be a quorum. That's not prohibited. We can actually do 3. It just means that we have to follow the rules of an open meeting.
Which we have to do anyways, because finance and audit committees fall under Open Meetings Act, so they have to be advertised 72 hours, have minutes posted. So
Yeah,
we could
it's pretty
appoint more
inconsequential.
people want to be. One question. Did you say to appoint? So we're going to be appointing 2 new board members on Monday. Do you think we should give them time to think what committee they want to be on, or just discuss it at the meeting?
Yes, and in that, it's too late to change that particular agenda because it has to be posted for 72 hours. That's why I was asking for the next meeting that we be able to follow that.
The one in August.
Yes. Okay. No, it would be the latter part of, no, yeah, you're not the August. First week, the second Monday in August. Yes. Okay, is there any public input, Richard? Okay, any input from the public? Then I shall entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So, yes.
5:14.
Meeting's adjourned. What time?
5:14.
Okay.
So that's the minute. What's the time?
Okay. Who's the,
The minute taker,
Yes.
when the secretary takes the minutes?
is there one here?
No, she watches the YouTube videos.
Oh, okay. Very good.
These are the minutes that were previously
Sorry to disappoint you, Adam.